A couple of weeks ago, a kid that's in college right now, got out to Cole, reached out and was like, hey, for an assignment, I need to do an interview with someone in the sports media or sports management space. Would it be cool if I asked you to do that for me? He'd been in our audience for a minute, so he reached out, whatever. Being the humble man that I am, of course, I obliged and I got on the call with him. So one of the questions that he asked that has stuck with me since then is, what are like the common traits or personalities or whatever it is, characteristics between the people that you hire, that you work with, that you bring into the company? And I've been thinking about this so much since he asked that. It made me think of a larger type conclusion that I came to. 4 traits immediately popped into my mind. Like 4 traits became very clear, crystal concrete to me that I see between all successful people. And they're gonna sound very buzzwordy, but I wanna go more in depth about how they all align with each other and kind of tell a story why the 4 make so much sense in making someone successful. So the 4 characteristics: passion, work ethic, creativity, and resourcefulness. Those 4 things will bring you anywhere. And I believe that with everything
this day to this day
in here, everything in my heart. So let's start with passion. Like whatever you are working on, you have to love it. You have to love it and fucking hate it, to be honest with you. You have to love it so much that it eventually brings hatred to it, if that makes sense. Like you got to be so passionate about it. You have to love the thing that you're working on. Because here's the thing, when I define success, some people think of just financial success as success. And that is obviously a side effect of a lot of the success that you come across in modern day society. But success to me is being able to wake up and have freedom and have flexibility in your life and more importantly, feel fulfilled. Like winning the lottery will make you financially successful. That's not a successful person in my eyes. Someone who makes a ton of money and hates what they do, not a successful person in my eyes. So I'm doing this from the POV of someone that I think is successful, someone that I think is happy, that is fulfilled and loves what they're doing. If you got a different definition of success, I think you should alter it. So when I think of someone that is successful, there is nobody that comes to mind that I can think of that has not put in an incredible amount of work in order to get there. No one becomes successful overnight. That type of shit is fleeting. Anyone that is successful has put in the hours and a crazy amount of work over a crazy period of time. Passion comes into play because if you're not passionate about the thing that you are working on, then you will never be able to stick it out for the long run of what it takes to become successful. The long tail time it takes to be successful is fucking crazy. You will burn out and you will stop wanting to work on the thing if you don't love the thing, if you're not passionate about the thing. If you got into the industry, like I'm talking about weed when it became legalized, I'm talking about crypto, real estate, all these like gimmicky fads that come and go as it relates to social media and pop culture and all that type of shit. Like if you're only getting into it not because you're passionate about it, because it's the hot thing, it'll never last because your passion for it, which is fake passion, your passion is actually underlying in wanting to make money off of it and capitalize on it. Your passion will only go as far as how popular it is in culture at the moment. As soon as it stops serving you, as soon as it's no longer popular to people, you will not want to do it anymore. So passion is number 1. Understand whatever you're doing, you're going to have to do it for a long time. You're going to have to love the thing. You got to find yourself, on fucking forum, watching videos, reading blog articles, looking at different websites, following people on Twitter that talk about it, wanting to express yourself about it, having an opinion about that thing that you want to voice. It's like something that you want to talk about with your friends all day. And maybe they don't want it, and that's why you have to turn to an online community, but that's the thing. That's the thing you're passionate about. And it doesn't necessarily, you don't need to be a creator right away. It doesn't need to go pen to paper. It can go mouth to air. It sounds like a weird sex position, but like you just want to talk about it. You have something or a feeling or a passion about it inside of you that you want to get it out. You want to talk to your friends. You want to talk to your family. You want to talk to an online community about a thing. That is the fucking definition of passion. And you need to have it because, relating this to a math equation, success takes a long time. The only way you can be alive for a long time in terms of going after success is being passionate about the things. You will never make it there. And that passion leads directly into work ethic. So here's the thing about passion, man. Passion is like a flame. It comes and goes in waves, and wind can affect it, and weather can affect it, and many outside external sources can affect that. It goes in waves and embers and sparks. And sometimes you're just not gonna have it. Sometimes you're gonna have it when you wake up. Sometimes you're gonna have a crazy fucking degree of it. And sometimes you'll wake up for a week straight and not wanna work on that thing. And that is where work ethic kicks in. Think of work ethic as like a backup generator. When the light goes out, when the passion dims, when the flame goes awry, work ethic is when you can control your emotions. Work ethic is when the lack of passion starts to seep into your brain and you could say, hey, I got this voice that's like, we don't want to do it today. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it next week. Understand that that's only a voice. Like, you can't control the random voices that hit your brain. You can't control the random emotions, the random passion, the random motivation, the random inspiration that you get, but you can control the action that you take. And that is work ethic. That is discipline. Think about fear and confidence, right? Those are like two complete opposite things. Two people are about to do the same exact thing, right? Two people are about to do an act or an event or something, right? One of them is very fearful. One of them has a lot of confidence. Those are just emotions. As long as they both do the thing, they are portrayed as the same fucking person on the outskirts to the external world. So whether you didn't want to do it, whether your mind was telling you you were lazy, but you did the thing, you have now become a person with work ethic. You have now become the person that does things. It doesn't matter how you feel or how your emotions pull you, because they're not real. So work ethic is this thing that says, fuck that, I am disciplined, I'm getting this thing done today, right? I woke up in the morning and I said, if by the end of the day I did this thing, that would be a successful day. All of the emotions that you have about not wanting to do the thing throughout the day don't matter, because you're going to get the thing done. And then by the end of the day, you have now just become the dude or the girl that does the thing. So passion is an emotion. Passion is a feeling that you have. Passion is a pull towards something, but those can be very moving and fleeting and obsolete depending on a lot of external factors. But work ethic is when you take the emotion out of it, right? Like, you might have passion for fantasy football, but you know, your uncle passed away or something and you still want to make videos. Is a fucking terrible example, because you should take some time off if someone dies in your family, but just trying to get the bigger picture here. You have passion for something. You say, hey, I'm going to commit to making one video every single day. Your passion is going to be at an all-time low when your uncle dies. Sorry, Uncle Ronnie. When he dies, your work ethic is the backup generator that kicks in and says, all right, we have no passion right now, but we are the person that shows up and makes the video every day. The two of those combined will take you so fucking far. The third trait on this list is creativity. Now, the way I think about creativity is very different from the way I really have ever heard anyone talk about it, I think. And it comes from growing up. I thought I was like the least creative person ever. And the reason I thought that is because I grew up with a sister who is extremely artistic, like some fucking Van Gogh shit when you put a pen, marker, or a paintbrush in her hand. And I confused the two. I really thought for a long time artistic ability was the same thing as creative ability. And I've learned over the last, decade or so since I've been doing this type of stuff that couldn't be further from the truth. Artistic ability is a version of creativity. Creativity, being creative, creating that is literally what it is. It's like you are creating something from nothing. It does not have to be a picture. It does not have to be a painting. It could be anything. It could be one of those things. It could be a video. It could be a blog post. It could be a fucking garden that you make in the back of your apartment complex, and you decide the way that it's organized. You decide that the plants that, you know what I mean? Like, you can be creative with anything. It's just a version of expressing yourself through what you like. And I mean this with every fucking ounce in my soul. I think every single person on planet Earth is creative as shit, because we all have wildly different experiences. So anything that we create or anything that we want to create is inspired by different angles and different viewpoints. So where this actually leads me to is creativity, in my eyes, is actually less of a product of your internal creativity and far more of a product of the environment that you are in. And by that, I mean being in an environment that promotes you expressing yourself creatively. Everybody has, I believe this, again, down to my fucking core, everybody has ridiculously amazing creative ideas. 99% of people are in environments in their life that promote a sense of pushing down those ideas. The world today is built on fear. The world today is built on this idea being outside of the box is a bad thing, and that is what creativity is. You are creating something brand new. It is new to the world. People do not like new. So the world today promotes an environment of not wanting you to be creative. So I think creativity, everybody has it internally. I think the ultimate factor is whether or not you are in an environment that is safe, that promotes you to allow yourself to promote that creativity. Like, the safer the environment that you're in, the more likely you are to go after the thing that you feel inspired by. People are scared to show their creativity for fear of judgment, fear of outside opinions, fear of being made fun of. That's what I think creativity is. I just think most people are not in the right space to allow it to come to light. Realistically, that feeling that I have, I try to reflect that in our company to the angle that I want everyone that I work with to feel super comfortable sharing their creative ideas. I try never to turn down ideas. I don't think there are bad creative ideas as long as they are like pure creative ideas. I don't think there are bad creative ideas. I think there are ideas that maybe need to be a little bit more layered. I think there are maybe ideas that need to be layered on top of, ideas that need to be thought through a little bit more. Or I think an idea is a bad creative idea if it is an idea that you just pulled from someone else, pulled from somewhere else without your own dictation on it. But when an idea comes from like a pure creative standpoint, when people think of ideas really internally and express them, those are the best creative ideas. And again, I just think people are scared to show those ideas, and that's why we have a lack of creativity in the world. Like, if I told you tomorrow that everybody woke up and purely did not give a fuck what other people thought about them or what their idea, like if they put something out into the earth, no one would make fun of them. Production, the amount of innovation, the amount of cool, creative, awesome fucking ideas, products, services, innovations we would have in the world over the next 6 months to 6 years would be incredible. So again, creativity to me is more of a form of the environment than it is an internal factor. And that leads to the fourth trait, which is resourcefulness. Resourcefulness to me is as important as anything on this list, and maybe the most important. I am like shocked by the amount of people who can't. Resourcefulness to me just means being able to figure shit out. Not knowing something, but still being able to figure it out. The amount of people are like, I don't want to call them dumb. I would call them lazy more so. The amount of people that have so much trouble just figuring out simple things or trying to learn something that they don't know is staggering, given the amount of fucking resources almost every question or every problem that you have can genuinely be answered by going to Google or going to YouTube and typing in how to, or what is, or why am I. All those things literally are 3 buttons away from you understanding it to a higher degree. So resourcefulness is like me being able to go to someone and say like, hey, we're here. We need to get to here. I don't know what the fuck is in the middle here, but just like get it done. You know what I mean? Like get here. No matter what I've done in my career so far of the 10 years of being in social, whatever, I've just been able to figure shit out. How do I build a website? How do I build a product? How do I sell the product? How do I figure out taxes on the product? How do I figure out how to pay taxes? How do I figure out how to find an accountant that I want to help me with the taxes? How do I code the different colors of the website? How do I attach PayPal and Stripe to the website so that people could pay that way? How do I record a video? How do I make my video more clear? What's the difference between 4K and 1080p? What lens should I be using in my videos? What kind of lighting should be in my videos? Is natural light better than a softbox light? Should the light be behind me? Should it be in front of me? Should it be on the side of me? What kind of microphone should I be using? How do I cut a video from 1280 by 720 to 1080 by 1920? It's just the act of figuring shit out. Most people are just so fucking lazy. They tell themselves, oh, I can't do this, or I can't start this because I don't know how to do it. I got news for you. Nobody fucking knows how to do anything. We were born little fucking fetuses and we learn how to do things. I'll give a really weird example over the last week or so that hopefully will help drive this point home a little bit. Like this lamp back here, this little like tiki lamp, which I love. I think it looks really cool. I ordered one because we needed a lamp for the main living room out there or whatever. So I ordered it. It came in, I put it together, and it was my first time putting the lamp together, right? So it took me a while. It's a very simple lamp to put together realistically. There are not a lot of parts to it. It's not very confusing to do. But the first time I did it, I unboxed it, I unwrapped everything, I put it together eventually, moving slowly, following the instructions, etc. I don't know, it took me 20, 25 minutes, something, way longer than it needed to take me. But it took me that long the first time to fucking do it. And I was like, man, I really like this lamp. I like how it looks. Let's order a couple more of them. So I ordered 2 more. The second time I put together the lamp, it was much easier for me because I understood the big problems that I would run into. I understood the preparation for it. I understood what things I should and shouldn't be looking for. So the second time I put the lamp together, it went from a 25-minute process down to a 12-minute process. And guess what? The third time I put the lamp together, it went from 12 minutes down to 8 minutes. And that is what people do not seem to understand when they the act of starting the thing, the act of figuring out how to actually do something, the act of figuring out how to start something is the most daunting part of it. But I promise you, within the first to 5 times that you do a certain thing, you will literally get exponentially better. By the 5th time you do something, you are now better than like 85 to 90% of the world doing the same thing. If any of you guys watching this edit your own videos, the first time you edited a video, a 10-minute video might have taken you 5 hours to do. The next time you did it, because you were so new to the software, you were so new to the idea of editing, that same video might now take you 2 hours, and then an hour. And now you might be able to do it in 45 minutes or 55 minutes, whatever the case may be, within 5 times of doing it, because you learn the little shortcuts, you learn the little short keys, you learn what to do, what not to do, you learn where to move things around to make it a little bit easier for you, you know where to get graphics from. This is how life works. The first time you do something, it is scary, it is hard, it is overwhelming. But everybody feels that every time they start something. But everybody who has ever gotten good at something also needed to go through that. So the key to resourcefulness is stop fucking telling yourself that you don't know how to do something, because no one ever knew how to do anything. And then they figure that the fuck out. You push through the uncertainty and you figure it out. And in today's world, it is easier than fucking ever, because anything that you're trying to solve or figure out, somebody else has tried to solve or figure it out. And because we have so much social media, somebody has not only tried to figure it out, but they've made content about trying to figure out and posted the content for you to watch. So I genuinely think resourcefulness is like one of the most underrated traits, characteristics of any successful person. Anyone who runs their own content channel, anyone who runs their own business, anyone who is successful at that level, wildly resourceful. It just screens people that are lazy, because people that are not resourceful, again, resourcefulness is not a skill, it is a choice. I don't want to do it. I don't know how to do it. Therefore, I'm just not going to do it. Alternatively, someone who knows how to do it will do the thing. So to recap, okay, we have passion, we have work ethic, we have creativity, and we have resourcefulness. You have to love the thing you're doing. There will be times where you don't love it and work ethic comes in, and that's the conscious choice you make to move past the emotions and the lack of passion. We have creativity, and it's less about being creative. Y'all all have very creative ideas internally. It's about putting yourself in situations and environments around people that promote that expression of your creativity. And when you start surrounding yourself with people that promote that, you will feel more comfortable being yourself and coming out with the positivity of those ideas. When you surround yourself with negative people, you feel like you got to align with them. And rather than showing your best self, you'd rather show a negative form of yourself. And that is how you feel comfortable with those people. Those are the wrong people in your life. The other wrong people in your life are the lazy motherfuckers who can't be resourceful, okay? So resourcefulness is the way that you figure out anything, okay? Passion, work ethic, creativity, resourcefulness take you everywhere that you need to go. Hank. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Nick Ercolano. This is the Big Content Channel. We yap about content, about self-improvement, branding, marketing, whatever. Anything that you heard today, some videos like this, some videos not like this. If you enjoyed this, you thought it was helpful, share it with someone, please. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the button that looks like this. I'll probably see you in a couple days.